Hi everyone, my name is Heather and I'm very excited to be bringing you my first ever scrapbook process video. I had another video that I was going to use as my first video, but it was messing up and lagging, and then I just noticed that I think that this one is lagging too. So I apologize for the lagging of these videos. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's just these first two that were causing the troubles. So I don't know if I'll post the other one or not, but anyways, I am just cutting some strips here. I'm using Simple Stories Cabin Fever, and I really was excited to use this paper for this because that's a cabin. We stayed in a cabin on this trip, and this is a trip we took to Wallowa Lake this summer. So this is a selfie I took of me and my family in front of the cabin. And it's also a picture of the welcome sign. I believe my mom took that. It might have been in the place that you check in at. And then a photo of my mom in front of her cabin. So again, I just don't know why it's lagging like that. I apologize. I'll have to look into it. But I'm going to back my largest photo on this very pretty neutral. And I think this blue or this brown goes very well with all the other strips and colors of the other papers. So I'm going to trim that down, and I'm inking all my edges with chocolate brown ink by Close to My Heart. And I'm very sad they just recently released their new catalog and they don't have chocolate anymore, and oh, that makes me very sad. It's my favorite. It's been my most favorite brown for quite a while now, years. I've been using that for years, but I guess it is what it is. So I'm going to put some strips vertically and some horizontally. This one I want to go behind the wood grain one, so I'm just going to slide it in behind there where there's no adhesive. So I'm going to line that up there. And then the next strip is going to go down, but I'm going to have it go over the wood grain just to kind of give some interest. And in the end, it all gets covered up, so you don't really see a lot of that anyway. But I like it, just gives a little interest for now. So I'm going to put that one vertically. And then I decide on the plaid one for this bottom one. I'm sorry the bottom of the layout's out of frame. It won't be like that for long. So I'm going to put that one down, but I want it to go under the brown flower one. So I'm just using some scrappy, I believe it's called scrappy tape, and I'm going to use that. It's really handy for gluing strips of paper like this down if your adhesive is too wide to fit the strips. So this one gives me a little bit of trouble getting it straight, but I finally get that straight. And then I'm going to go ahead and push them all down, make sure they're all flat. And the first two photos, I know I want the large photo in that large white space. And the welcome photo, I wanted to go catty corner to it. So I like those two there. Excuse me. It's the third photo that I kind of struggle with a little bit, and I even thought about maybe not putting the welcome one there or the third photo, but I thought I don't have a whole lot of pictures. My mom doesn't like to have her photo taken, so she'd probably kill me if she knew I was making this video of it in there, but it's small and you can't really see her, so I figured it's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those two down because I know I like those ones there, and I do decide to use the third photo, but I get a little frustrated with that gap between the pictures, the top large photo, and it. So I'm just going to put it to the side for a minute and work on my title. And this was the sticker, one of the stickers that was in there. And I really like how I just liked the cabin fever since we were in the cabin. I thought that was perfect for a title. And I wanted to go there, but again, I'm having trouble. It didn't stand out above the gap above the small photo, so I'm going to mess around with it a little bit. And since I'm having trouble deciding where I want that one to go, I'm going to go ahead, and I know I want it pop dotted with some foam tape, so I'm going to go ahead and add some foam tape to the back. And I add quite a bit of foam tape to the back of this one because it is a sticker. So, and I do have a powder tool, but I just get too lazy and just add a little bit of extra foam tape. If it's a sticker, it doesn't really bother me. Sometimes you can put the sticker on like your shirt or your pants, if whatever you're wearing, and it'll pick up the fibers and make it a little less sticky. That's a little scrappy hint for you, if you didn't know that. And also, if you want your foam adhesive to curve, take off both sidings that are covering up the sticky part. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know how to word that a little better. But if you take it off so both sides of the adhesive is showing, it will curve for you really simply. So as you saw me go around the letter C with the foam tape, that really helps. So I thought about using that to fill in the gap, but I didn't like those two brads on there. It just looks a little funny to me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use that die cut or not, like the way it is. So I just don't like the brads in it. I'm going to go through. I have a little dish. I have 3 of these little plastic dishes, and usually I keep chipboard in one, die cuts in another, and then any extra things like stickers or enamel dots in the third one. I thought maybe I would use this one to fill in the gap, but it's not working either. But I tried the tree there, and I like the tree there, and I also really like this tree stump sticker. I don't know exactly what you would call that, but it looks like the top of a tree stump, so I'll just call it a tree stump. So now I thought I need a place for journaling, and maybe I would use a journaling card to fill in the gap between the small photo and the large photo, and then that would make it so I could put my picture down there. So again, sorry about the lagging. So I'm going to cut out this 3x4 card that has journaling on it. It's really cute. It's got a little like washi tape kind of look and a pine cone in the corner, so I thought it was really cute. But you're going to see me fuss around with it quite a bit. It just doesn't seem to work. It's too big, and with the photo, if I go up too high, it covers too much of the large photo, and down lower doesn't leave a whole lot of room for journaling, and it just doesn't seem to fit really well there. So I'm going to go ahead and give up on this one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 4x6 cut apart sheets, and I'm going to just cut out the journaling section right there. You see that one there of that, and just use that part of for my journaling. There's some lines, and it'll give me a little bit more room, and it just kind of sticks out just a little bit. The cream color doesn't make it too bright and too stand out, but it'll work perfectly. So I'm going to cut down the edges of that, and then I play around with it a little bit to see. I'm still not 100% sure on that one, but it does end up going right above that small photo. So I'm liking that there. And I'm going to go ahead and look around a little more for a few things before. I usually don't go too far without gluing things down. Once I know for sure that I like something, I will go ahead and glue it down. I really liked this die cut. I guess you could call this a die cut. It has a brad in the center. It's a little compass, but I loved the colors. It was really cute. So here you see me playing around just a little bit more, but I'm going to decide, nope, I want it to go right there, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing things down. I'm going to glue that down, and I'm happy to be able to fit that third photo in there. So that worked out really well. So I get those 2 things down, and now I'm going to play around a little bit more, see if there's any more chipboard. Since I have the chipboard tree that I like up above and the wood tree chunk piece up there, I thought maybe chipboard around would be good, but couldn't find any more chipboard that I was real crazy about. So I'll go through the die cuts, and I like these mountains, and I like the mountains right there. And there was like a lot of mountains where we were, but once I put the mountains, this little brown thing says the mountains are calling. I thought that was perfect, and it just added just the right touch to the mountains. So those are going to go there. I know that for sure. And then I'm just playing around a little more. I want a third cluster. I'm not exactly sure where I want it to go though. And I like this die cut. It says escape the city, and we're quite a ways away from home, so I thought that was perfect. So those are going to go there. So I'm like, okay, I have my bases of my embellishment clusters down, so let's go ahead and start gluing things down. So I'm going to glue down the tree and the title, and you saw me add extra adhesive to the tree. I always add extra adhesive to my chipboard. I don't care what it is or how sticky it is. It seems like every piece of chipboard I've ever put on a layout will come off unless I've added extra adhesive. So I'd rather take a few extra seconds to do it now than to do it like hours and hours worth of layouts later on and have the pieces all sitting at the bottom of the page protector. So I will always glue my chipboard. And now I got those 2 things down. I'm just kind of looking around just to see if there's anything else and if I really like what I really want. And I really like that tree chunk there. So yep, that's going to go too. So I glue all those down, and then I'm looking around a little more. I'm going to go ahead and ink these 2 pieces down and glue these down right there for the third cluster. And this one I'm going to pop up with some foam tape, and I'm using Close to My Heart foam tape. It's on a roll. It's the smaller size. They have two different sizes, and I'm not sure the exact widths of them, but this is the smaller one. For just die cuts and stuff, I like to add the smaller type of adhesive, pop dot adhesive. I don't like it too far up. Sometimes I'll use the third one if I want 3 different layers of dimension, so that looks really cute too. So again, I'm going to add foam tape to this sticker too, and I'm going to put that there and down on my layout. And I'm really liking how this is going. It looks really nice. For some reason, I'm going to try to add, I'm not sure, there's some things I add after I turn the video camera off, so I'm going to try to add a photo at the very end of this video for you of the finalized layout. I don't think you see me do the ink splatters in every other cluster, and I don't think you see me put the word stickers down, and it just kind of finishes off and makes it really, it just finishes it. So if I can figure out how to add the picture, I will. If not, I apologize, and I will work on that. I'm not very computer savvy. I'm quite the opposite. Computers and I just don't get along very well. So so far this is going okay though, other than the first layout I tried, but this one is going okay. It doesn't seem to be too laggy anymore, so crossing fingers. Keep your fingers crossed for me. So I put this brad here, and it was of a chipmunk, and there was a bunch of critters around where we were, so I thought that'd be cute, but it was just too brown. So this one has just stripes of color on it. I'm going to put this one down instead, and I really like that. And I'm going to try to add brads to the others. There's 2 brads. Oh, first I'm going to try this banner, and I am one of those people who can't use banners. I don't know, banners, they always look funny to me. I try this banner in so many different places and it doesn't work. So then I even cut off the banner portion of the sticker and I try it in a bunch of different places as a square, and it still doesn't work. So I'm going to end up fiddling with that for a few seconds, but then I'm going to instead find a circle sticker that works. And I end up liking that really well. So I'm going to end up having circles in every one of my clusters, and I think though that just brings it all those 3 clusters together. It leads your eye with the circles. So I end up really liking how that goes. So now in the mountain cluster, that circle sticker says adventure, and then there's the circle brad, and then the cabin fever has the wood tree trunk sticker, and then this one that says discover. So there's circles in that one. Sorry, getting a little tongue-tied. And then the bottom one has the compass, which is a circle. And then I think I'm going to add another circle, tiny circle sticker right by the photo. And I think that says enjoy. So that one's going to go right there. Yeah, and so I'm liking that. It's really coming together now. All the clusters seem to be doing pretty good. And I want to add the date, just 2017. These pictures weren't all taken on the same day. So, and I'm mostly worried about the year. A lot of times I will put the exact date on my layouts, but since these are all photos from our trip, it doesn't really matter to me that it doesn't have the exact date. So I'm going to put that there, and that fills that in really well. And I believe this video is coming to an end, so I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope this one turns out better than my first one did. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll post it or not, but thank you so much for watching. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you think, and I hope you'll come back for process video number 2. I really have had fun so far making this, and I'm very excited to be here. So thank you, everyone, and have a great, wonderful week and day, and find some time to scrap if you can.